I'm sure you've heard of cryptocurrency trading, which has actually witnessed exponential growth in the past few years, attracting millions of investors worldwide. However, as you've probably seen in the news or on TikTok, wherever you get your information from, there have been recent collapses and bankruptcies of prominent cryptocurrency companies such as FTX, Terra, Voyager Digital, and Celsius. And now these have actually exposed significant challenges and risks within the industry because these failures have highlighted the need for stronger regulations, enhanced transparency, increased accountability in the cryptocurrency market, all to protect investors, prevent fraud, ensure market stability, and restore public trust. To start, I'd like to talk about FTX and Terra and explain the difference between them, what happened, why it happened, and what they're doing to make things better. So FTX was actually a very successful cryptocurrency exchange company that was started a couple years ago by Sam Bankman-Fried and Gary Wang. Gary Wang has mostly remained anonymous, so mostly talking about Sam Bankman-Fried. But basically what happened was that he started this company and he had all these people investing, but what was happening was that he wouldn't tell people about what the company was actually doing with the money he's giving them to. And as we find out, he was actually running Alameda Ventures, which is another company on the side which uses the research, but he was taking all the money that investors were giving him and he's funneling into his own side project. Now this is actually fraud and embezzlement, and is why we are currently prosecuting Sam Bankman-Fried. But if we look at Terra, what happened was completely different. They weren't really committing fraud or embezzling money, but what happened was that they had two tokens and it relied on a very stable market. But then what happens is that the market isn't always good. Sometimes it runs dry. So when that happened, their currency ended up crashing and they experienced hyperinflation, and the company just had no more money to pay out, no more cash to give to people, no more assets. So now that the SEC and the FTC are prosecuting them and they're trying to get money to pay back to their customers, there's just no more. So people who are spending their life savings or just putting in a large sum of money in there to have a nice little nest egg or get a nice return in a few years, it's just all gone for them. They lost it. And it's not just a small amount of money either. FTX was valued at $10 billion and $15 billion at their peak, and Terra was actually worth $40 billion. So this is tens of billion dollars is being lost because these were CEOs and company owners who just weren't really experienced and they just didn't know how to manage money, but they kind of gave the impression that they had this great public persona like Sam Bankman-Fried. He was a nice philanthropist and everyone thought he was this great guy who was donating tons of money and helping investors out, but in reality he was just committing fraud, and when everything collapsed he ran off to the Bahamas. And while it isn't all the government's fault, it was the SEC and the FTC's role to establish regulations and try their best to prevent things like this from happening. But as you can see, it's happening more often than it should, which is never. And there's also Celsius and Voyager Digital, who both had collapses with very similar aftermath. For example, Celsius crashed and they now owe their customers billions of dollars, same with Voyager Digital, but neither of those companies have the cash to pay their customers back. And in the short term, people aren't getting their money back. But in the long term, it's going to discourage people from entering the market, and it's going to make us lose our trust in these companies who are supposed to be safeguarding our money and giving us nice returns. And I know a lot of you may think, well, how could we have known this was going to happen? And well, we as a consumer couldn't, because these companies are not transparent. They do not give us the information, they don't tell us what's going on. So by the time it happens, it's far too late. But the owners and the CEOs, they're able to run away, they can foresee it happening, and they take out their money. They do all these things that it seems sketchy when they're doing it, but we can only assume, right? But then a couple months later, everything just collapses. Like if you look at Terra Project, it crashed and Do Kwon fled. He was just hanging out in the Bahamas and the Caribbean, just trying to find a place to hide away from the government who was pursuing him, trying to sue him, right? And then if you look at Sam, he actually ran to the Bahamas. If you look at Celsius, the CEO, Alex Mashinsky, actually withdrew $10 million just 2 months before the crash. And this has resulted in lots of allegations about fraud and misuse of customer funds and embezzlement, and we can only hope that our government, our justice system, does its job and prosecutes these people, and that in the future we can work together and try to create a better environment and society where we can rely on these crypto companies and we don't have to keep being taken advantage of and losing our money when we're supposed to be trusting them. Now I've actually prepared 4 skits to demonstrate exactly what happened with these 4 companies. Enjoy.
Dude, hey, are you Alex?
Yeah, that's me.
That's you?
Yeah, that's me. I'm Alex Bankman-Fried, a billionaire philanthropist, owner of FTX, crypto exchange. I was actually on the cover of the Times magazine.
Wow.
So what do you want?
Dude, I was just wondering if I could deposit and
Oh
invest in
yeah, oh yeah, it's really good. Can I see the
Really
money?
excited. Yeah,
Oh
that's right
yeah.
there.
How much is this?
FTT. It's a 1 million in cash.
Wow. So you're a retail investor, just small
I
investments. So what do you want? You want like money in the long run?
I do.
Here, I'll give you some FTT tokens.
Yeah.
That's our currency, and in the long run, you make a lot of money back. Do you have any questions?
I do.
Okay.
Yeah, I was wondering where exactly is this money going into?
Oh, yeah. All right, so let me show you. I do have a lot of friends, a lot of reliable companies that I trade with. Your money will be put to really good use. I do have a research thing, we're trying to better the world and stuff. Yeah.
Dude, what the heck? Hey, are you Do Kwon of Terra Project?
Oh, yeah, that's me. I'm from Terra Project.
Yeah, I was wondering what you guys do.
Oh, so we actually have two tokens that we use. There's Luna and there's USTC, and basically they stabilize each other. So every time you buy one token, it'll burn another one, so that we can maintain our peg to the US dollar. So our tokens will be worth $1 each. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You just keep buying those. You keep investing, and you might get a nice return.
Well, shit.
Yeah, we're pretty successful. We have a market cap of $40 billion, and honestly, I don't see any end in sight. We're doing great right now.
Dude.
Yeah. Hey, let me get an update.
Hey.
What's going on, Tell me good news. Yeah. Yeah.
Our currency crashed.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
I'm saying our currency crashed. Zoinks!
Hey, where you guys going? Hey, are you Alex from Celsius? You, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
What company?
Celsius.
Man, the one that crashed or something?
The one that crashed, yeah.
Oh, man, yeah. I think I saw about that. Do you need help with something?
Yeah, I was wondering where all my money went.
You're saying we lost your money?
Something like that,
Oh,
dude.
hey, boy, do you know about this? That's crazy. I don't know. I'm surprised. I'm flabbergasted. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, what's all that in your hand, by the way?
Oh, man, this is $10 million. I needed it. God, I had to pay some taxes,
Dude,
That,
that's
IRS
coincidence.
will get you, am I right?
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I invested 10 million.
Yeah.
I invested 10 million,
uh-huh.
dude. Hey. Hey, Sarah.
Yeah, what's up, man? Hey,
Yeah.
you a customer?
I am.
All right.
I was trying to find out what you guys are doing to make things right with customers.
Oh, it's all in the past. There's Terra Classic, but we've moved on from that.
Yeah.
I don't want. That's not who I am anymore. So with the new Terra project, we're actually offering a lot of benefits to new customers, and we're trying our best to pay back at least a portion of what we lost. We really feel like we need to make things right, especially with the Securities Exchange Commission and the Federal Trades Commission. Trying to come in and sue us, and for all these things, it wasn't even my fault. So we just feel really bad, and we want to make sure that we don't get sued anymore. So yeah,
Dude, that sounds great.
yeah.
So what are you guys doing?
Oh, you know.
Okay. What's going on here?
Hey, what are you doing?
So what you see in these skits are 4 different crypto exchanges and companies who mismanaged money, embezzled them, and overall just did whatever they want without telling people, all made possible by a lack of transparency laws and regulations from government agencies like the SEC and the FTC. Now, these 4 collapses not only intensified market instability, but it reduced choice and competition in the cryptocurrency market while discouraging new investors from coming in. And while you may be wondering what we can do about it now, I say that what we need is more enhanced regulatory oversight. We need more licensing requirements, regular audits, and comprehensive reporting to ensure risk management. And this isn't just an issue for our country either. These companies were operating across the world internationally. So what we need to do is get international regulators to work together to create laws so that there won't be any jurisdictional ambiguity when we're prosecuting these people. It's hard to say someone did something wrong if they didn't break a law in one country but they did in another. While the situation is dire, by implementing these changes and striking a balance between regulation and innovation, the cryptocurrency industry can bounce back and foster a healthy and transparent ecosystem that protects consumers, assists investors, and becomes an important and positive part of the economy.